Hey, really quick. This is Coach Scott G with OG Fitness, and so many people struggle with committing to diets and sticking to workout programs and relationships, and they try over and over again every year, and it almost always ends with the same result. I want to propose to you that there is a very real reason that it's so tough for you, and unless you get this one thing worked out, you're going to most likely continue to fail. Okay. Also, what I'm about to say might ruffle a few feathers. You might not like it or agree with it, but all I ask is that you hear me out. Okay. Just hear me out to the very end. Now, the reason some have trouble keeping commitments, the reason it's so hard to eat right, to make the right choices, to work out consistently, even love the right person the right way, is, hear me out now, it's because you don't really want to. Not yet, at least. Now, please don't tune me out, okay? What I mean is this: the hardest part about any change is to decide. You haven't truly decided yet. How do I know that? Because once you truly decide, the change can be immediately powerful, perfect, and permanent. I'll say that again. Once you truly decide, the change can be immediately powerful, perfect, and permanent. Now, does that mean that you'll never falter? No, of course not. Or not necessarily, but possibly. It depends on the depth of your decision. A lot of people talk about their reason why, and then they put a picture up of their family, of their kids, and think that that'll be enough. That's not a reason why. That's a photograph. But how would your child feel if you never learn self-control and you die before seeing them graduate? Okay? Or think about how you would never be able to walk them down the aisle. What's the heartbreak that they would feel when your birthday rolls around and you're not there? Find something to connect with your reason why that cuts deep. So deep that you feel selfish or embarrassed maybe for not keeping your word. Or let me make it a little bit more relatable. Have you ever burnt your hand by grabbing something hot? Okay, almost everybody has. Now, once that happened, a transformation occurred in your brain and your physiology. Immediately, you decide that if you can help it, that will never happen again. Okay, you protect yourself. And it's different for everyone. A couple of personal stories. My grandfather, super cool dude. He owned a grocery store and a jazz club way before I was born in Kansas City, way back in the day. Now, he smoked cigarettes like there was no tomorrow. Every once in a while, he would attempt to quit, but the nicotine would call him back, okay? One day, he ended up having to have triple bypass surgery. Almost died. Now, the nicotine had hardened his arteries. Now, there are those that you can tell them that smoking will kill you in hopes that they'll see the light, and maybe they'll stop smoking. Most don't, not my grandfather. Granddaddy got out of the hospital and went right back to his same old habits. And he looked cool though. He had a brand new Cadillac almost every other year. He got a job as a uniformed security guard at the mall, and he looked sharp too. He would put on, iron everything, creases tight. And now his thing was to get super clean in his uniform and then strut around the mall and flirt with all the cute young ladies throughout the day. Just super cool dude. Now, until one day, he got sick again. And this time what the doctor told him changed his life. The nicotine had hardened a main artery in his leg. And the doctor told him that if he didn't stop smoking, he was actually going to lose his leg. Okay? Now, my grandfather stopped smoking and never touched another cigarette a day in his life. Vanity. This proud man's lifestyle was a strong reason why. Unfortunately, he still lost his leg, and things after that went downhill fast until his passing. But I tell you that because of how immediately powerful, perfect, and permanent that change was in him. When you finally make a decision, like he decided never to smoke again. If that decision's real, nothing can stop you. I first started putting this theory together for myself, okay, because I had issues, and my clients when something happened to me. Now, being in the sports and fitness and spending most of my life trying to gain weight, I ate more than my share of peanut butter, okay? Sandwiches, ate it on celery when I was growing up. Love peanut butter, had it in my shakes. Now, my wife was the same way. We love peanut butter. One day while traveling in an airplane, they passed out little packages of those peanuts, and everyone started opening their snacks, and the smell of peanuts was throughout the plane because the air in the airplanes are recycled. My youngest son, who was a toddler at the time, started swelling up. Tears from his eyes swelled shut. He couldn't hardly breathe. He was crying because of the pain. Now, the pain made an emergency landing, and to make a long story short, we found out that he's deathly allergic to peanuts and all tree nuts, as well as a lot of other things. Now, here's what's amazing about that, and I changed immediately. Overnight, I began to read all labels. I threw out all nuts. We went to restaurants and we would check the people at the restaurants. I never accidentally gave my son a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, okay? It was immediately powerful, perfect, and a permanent change. Why? Because of the physical, mental, and emotional attachment that I had to my reason why. I love my son. There will be nothing that could ever make me fall off the wagon. I want to challenge you to make some real decisions. Decide to do some soul searching and ask yourself why, then ask yourself why again, and then why again to the nth degree. You may not have a good reason. That's okay. Just know that until you do, it's going to be a little bit harder until you do decide. But for others, you might have to open up a little bit and release some things. Drop your guard, become vulnerable, put down the baggage and forgive someone or forgive yourself. Whatever gets you there. Find something that is more important than the extra sleep, the TV show, the comfort of eating out, okay? Find your real why and then make a decision. This is Coach Scott G. Keep pressing. Out.